What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. My name is Spartan Gamer, and yes, we're back with another episode of the Wednesday watch list, my monthly list feature where we take a look at a certain aspect of video games and just list them out and talk about them a little bit in a little bit, not too much depth and detail, but really nailing on a specific point in each topic. So yeah, before I get into what this one's actually about, I do want to apologize. This was supposed to come out last week, but I genuinely forgot about it. So yeah, it's like I said, it normally comes out the second last Wednesday. Now it's the last Wednesday. My apologies. But yeah, for this episode, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be looking at video game cliches that always show up. They almost guaranteed, regardless of what type of video game, you will find one of these. They just the bread and butter of what makes both modern and retro games. So yeah, no more needs to be said, ladies and gentlemen. These are the things that you will always see in a game, but we just absolutely love them nonetheless. They're the good ones, they're not the bad stuff. So yeah, without wasting your time anymore, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you enjoy, because I've been looking forward to making this one for a long time now. For our first entry, I'm just going to get it out of the way. The most obvious and always on the nose one that pretty much appears in every single game regardless of its genre. I'm sure even a JRPG would contain one of these, and it's explosive barrels or jars or whatever. They come in multitudes of different varieties. Like as you can see here, this cart full of these explosive barrels and jars, but the explosive barrels is pretty much what they pretty much known for. Now if you don't know, welcome to modern and ancient gaming. This has only been a staple since probably the very beginning. Hell, it was in the arcade games. So if you don't know, you shoot it and it blows up, destroying a whole bunch of property and killing a whole bunch of enemies in the process. Now, the explosive barrels, ladies and gentlemen, or crates, or whatever the hell you want to call them, propane tanks, whatever, the explosive little containers that you happen to find in almost every game have also made their way into Monster Hunter, ladies and gentlemen. It's far beyond just, you finding them and then the enemies tend to, I don't know, squat around them and almost worship them because they're always in every single camp. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, those of you that watch my Monster Hunter playthrough or my hunts in Monster Hunter, you're well aware I'm always bringing these bad boys. Now these are the mega barrel bombs. Now of course, check, they're bigger than I am, packed full of explosive powder, ready to go off to do damage to the beasts. So yeah, like I said, it's beyond just you find them in an enemy camp. You can now bring them with you in some. Entry number 2, ladies and gentlemen, is another staple in a lot of popular games, and if you didn't check what I just did now, a double jump. Now I don't know what reality you live in, but there is definitely none where you can jump twice while you're already in the air. But a lot of video games allow you to get this double jump, and some games that you wouldn't even expect it to happen. That, you just, as I said, you just double press X and you're able to get that little bit of extra lift to either cross the gap or to get some extra distance. And as I mentioned, some games like in God of War 3, you wouldn't expect Kratos to be able to, double jump, and he can. Ratchet here can double jump at all times, and also get a little bit of height here with Clank at his assistance. And it's just one of those things that really don't break a game. When it's there, it's just like, okay, cool, double jump, that's nice, but really doesn't impact the game at all. Now another game that really features the double jump mechanic is Rocket League. Now, where other games have it as like, okay, that's pretty cool, it's in there, it doesn't really break the game. Rocket League, on the other hand, as you just see in there, it pretty much is required. The game is pretty much unplayable if you are not able to double jump. Now, the only reason I bring this up, not only just to show that some games have it and it's not really necessary, whereas Rocket League it pretty much is, it also can be explained. Like, you can't really say, okay, why, like other characters such as Ratchet or Kratos from God of War 3 can. But here, they rocket powered cars, so it kind of isn't really breaking the rules as in like, okay, how can they do it? Like, it's not reality breaking. It can be explained through the cars are rocket powered. Hell, if the cars can flip and do all this type of things, a double jump isn't really that far of a stretch. Number 3, ladies and gentlemen, and this is one of those entries that are mostly focused on RPG type of games, JRPGs, regular RPGs, but this is pretty much a staple of that genre, and it's the grind. You know, when you want to get an item or a weapon, you gotta grind away, you gotta keep pushing and doing the same thing pretty much over and over until you get the materials you need. Like if you look here, it will say Namiel ticket. Essentially, to get that, you need to hunt Arch-Tempered Namiel 5 times to get the necessary tickets, on top of the actual materials itself. Here, with this armor as well. All of those things there, but each come with their own separate things, and you gotta hunt these things multiple times to get the stuff, to get the money, the materials. All of it is pretty much, it's the foundation of these games are built upon this mechanic of, okay, do this, but do it again, and do it again, and do it again, until you get the necessary materials, or currency, or even just level. You grind away to get stronger. So like if you need a skill tree, you just keep doing mundane things, or you keep doing a dungeon, or a hunt, or something like that. It's all, it's built, that's why I still said, it's mostly RPGs. Like if you think about it, your narrative driven games don't really have a grind, like say you're Uncharted. Not really, it's you just play through it. If it's just a point A to B, B to C in a story, but RPGs, role-playing games, if you're not familiar with what that means, where you, it's there, that's before any RPGs even made. There's a grind mechanic that is already implemented before the game itself is fleshed out, and that much I can assure you, ladies and gentlemen. But hate it or love it, sometimes it's tedious, but it's what makes these games so damn staple, cliche if you will, in both modern and retro gaming is smashable objects in and around the world. Now it can be anything from a box to jars. Oh shit! Okay, I wasn't expecting that. Another snake? But yeah, it's smashable objects, ladies and gentlemen. The ability to, you know, just, I don't know if what the point of it really is, if it's to make the world feel more immersive, as if to show that, okay, these objects around can be broken. And I'm not talking about stuff that give you resources. It's just like you saw there, jars or some boxes. See here, more jars, just for the purpose of breaking. Now I know a game that is very I think it's built, I think it might have even created the cliche, please correct me if I'm wrong, but it's The Legend of Zelda, where just pretty much everything, all the pots you can smash and destroy, and it's just one of those things that is in almost every game, that you can break something within the world. And sometimes there's loot in it, other times it is literally just for the sake of smashing and breaking. Gentlemen, we've all been there, where you're stealthing around, you're sneaking, and you accidentally get the guards' attention, right? But they come to investigate, but what do? They go, nope, guess what? It was the wind, or it was an animal. And then they go and completely just disregard whatever got their attention in the first place.
Something going on.
Yeah. Like, let me see if I can demonstrate it here. I whistled, got this guard's attention. He's gonna come and investigate. Oh, no. Oh, what was that? Oh, I'll just go back to doing what I was doing, despite the fact that it was a very human whistle. And he just, I mean, sure, having very realistic guard patrols would get annoying, but it's always just so funny when they actually do say the lines that, oh, it must have been the wind, or it was an animal, and then it makes it even more hilarious that it was clearly a human whistle, or a rock, or something, even the sight of you, but then they were still like, nope, definitely something not. Number 6, ladies and gentlemen, is a mechanic that was literally created way back in 1999 in the movie The Matrix, and then later developed into games in 2001 in the game Max Payne, and that is bullet time. Essentially, when you go slow motion, when Neo dodges the bullets, when Max jumps and he's able to go slow mo and pop off headshots while diving. Well, here in, I don't know what we call it now. I think it's still just called bullet time. But in Red Dead Redemption, it's Deadeye. When you're able to lock on and pick off multiple amount of targets at the same time. So, like I said, it's called Deadeye here, but essentially it is still bullet time at its heart and core. Now, like I said, this is one of those things that are in plenty of games nowadays, and it allows for very, very cinematic gunfights and battles, because obviously, you doing your thing, able to... Oh, I was trying to do the Max Payne dive. But absolutely fantastic, especially in now Red Dead Redemption 2. Sometimes you get these really cinematic cameras. Now, I've already said everything that was pretty much needed to talk about the bullet time with the Red Dead Redemption footage, but I just wanted an excuse to literally show some Ghost of Tsushima, because this game is absolutely fan-freaking-tastic and probably the most stunning and most visually beautiful game I've seen in a long time. It's up there with like Red Dead Redemption quality of beautiful. But yeah, also it's still branching on the fact that Jin Sakai here is also not immune to the bullet time mechanic, as I'll show you in a minute. Let me just get higher up just so we can see a little bit more of the beautiful landscape that is the region of Tsushima. So, draws the bow, slows down time, and you can't lock on like you can in Red Dead Redemption, but it allows you to slow down time, readjust your shot so that you can, get a proper line of sight. Ladies and gentlemen, our last entry for this list, and it has to do with your character creation and customization. Now, a lot of games will allow you to be flamboyant and really extra and just over the top with both how you make yourself look in terms of your character, but also the armor allows you to just be, really flamboyant and just allows you to customize how you want to look. With especially, let's say with Monster Hunter, you can have layered armor sets, which essentially means I could have this armor equipped, but it looks like this. It doesn't change the skill set, it just changes how your armor looks. So it allows you to be as over the top and dramatic with your armor as you want it to be. And I think that's great. A lot of games do this. They have really flashy, either you can make your character flashy, as I said, and we'll get to a really good look on that now in a moment, or your armor can be just really over the top. And like I said, I personally really like that type of thing. I want to be able to look. Another watch list done and dusted. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you enjoyed this one. Like I said in the intro, this was one of those topics that I was really looking forward to doing. And as always, I tend to say this every time. If there's something relating to the topic that I've not yet mentioned, please let me know in the comments. If these are the cliches that you like, or even if you don't like them, please let me know. I'm also kind of keen to do the opposite, cliches that we hate. So if you got any ideas for that, please let me know as well. But yeah, as I say at the end of every watch list, I've already started getting ideas for the next one. I've got like a booklet of all these type of things that I want to do for each one. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, there's no need to pretty much ramble on. I want to just thank you again for supporting this series and supporting the channel. Genuinely means a lot. But yeah, anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you have an amazing day, night, morning, afternoon, whatever it is, wherever you are. But my name is SPARTAN Gamer, ladies and gentlemen, and I'll see you in the next one.